So people also call me, now that I went to this Smithsonian again, they took me as 2 weeks as a consultant in Adobe and 2 weeks with my son to work. We built an Adobe-looking plaza. I got some pictures there. It was, the whole ball was like in Mexico Plaza. I stayed a whole month there, and I didn't even feel lonesome or anything, because every day I'd be as if I were here in Taos. And the people there were just wonderful. I also taught some girls that were volunteers that showed them how to make fried bread. They were selling a lot of things that they only sell there. And then I made some fried bread one evening. And they said, "Could you teach us?" So I said, okay. So I taught them the first few batches I made. After that, they did it themselves. And they were asking $2.25 for a fried bread over there. And that was for the funds. They also have a gift shop at the Smithsonian. And they have some of my work there in the small little. I have some little samples there that, like that kind that I have there. Every year also, we celebrate Lent. We go to the Moradas. Now, in the Moradas every year, from Wednesday, on Holy Week, from Wednesday to Friday, the Moradas are open for people to go in and see. The 3 Moradas are open from there. They give you food and coffee, and you can go in and pray. The Moradas weren't open before, but they are now. And then we have Christmas. I think that's the best time. I get involved with doing the posadas. I get involved with giving lectures to hostels, especially at the Palomas and in Pilar. And people that ask, for me to speak. Then I get involved with just about everything going on for Christmas, the Christmas food. There are people that call me up and say, "I want you to teach me how to make empanaditas, chicharrones," or things like that. And I like the recipe, and there's too many people to teach, so I just give them the recipe. They can ask me on the phone more or less after that what to do. Then we have our other fiestas, the Saints' Days, or anything like that. I'm always involved with those. And in our family, it's a tradition that we celebrate everything that we always celebrated when my grandmother was alive. And I've taught my boys. I have 4 boys and a girl. And she kind of didn't like to learn anything. Up to 2 years ago, she started wanting to learn. That's because her little girls are growing up now. But my boys learned everything that I know. And I still have my grandfather's blacksmith shop. So I taught Trini and my other son how to use everything that we used in those days. And when they're looking at me and they say, "Well, the iron gets through, how do you have to get the handles and bend it to make the horseshoe?" And they were thinking that this was very hard to do. When it's hot, it isn't. But they were thinking that. And I always take time out to teach my boys everything. And survival is one of the things that my grandmother, being half Taos Indian and half Apache, taught me. I have a lot of relatives in the Pueblo, and I have a lot of friends. So with me, there is no racism. I came here and his wife and family. I always tell people about my work, and that's how come I get most of the bigger jobs. Phoebe and Bruce from the Taos, Ben Carmen, his wife, the Randalls, the McCarthy's. Well, most everybody that knows me around the area. And I've come to consider my animal friends, some of them, as family. As I get to know them better, I have considered them as family, so anytime anything happens, I'm there for them, and they're there for me. I'm a licensed fireplace builder, and I can build walls up to 6 feet without having to ask anybody. I take permission. And I have a gallery at home. I'm putting floors in my kitchen and living room now, dining room. And then next week I'm going to clean up the gallery and I'll have it open, so whenever anyone wants to do that, I can wait for them. So does anyone have any questions?
When are the days that the moradas are open? The moradas, when are they?
Oh, the moradas are going to be open on Holy Week, Semana Santa. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay.
That's from 8 o'clock in the morning until, I think it's 4 or 5, I'm not sure. But you can go in and visit now. Before you weren't ready now. But it's been like 2 or 3 years. And since Father Johnny came, he's opened it to the public regardless of who you are. So,
where are the moradas?
where are they? Well, there's one in Tampa. You go to the school and go up the little hill and turn around, and as you come down, you see the Cristo outside. It's right there. And then the other morada is the Tampa Rancho School. It's about a mile there, and it's to your right. Coming from Tampa, and going from the Y, it's about a mile and a half to there. And then the other morada is just about half a mile. You have to get a little to a place they call El Tros. And that's where the other big morada is there. Yeah.
When you build these fireplaces in different kinds of climates in New Mexico, do you build the same southwestern style fireplace where you bring the wood straight up, or do you build them for?
No, I usually, the custom is the one that tells me. Even though it's New Mexico style, I build it where you have a great crate, and then round it up, and it's able to lie down. And I usually, when I go to look at a place, they usually tell me what they want. And in 1942, my grandfather made me a dampers to put in the fireplace in one fireplace we had, and it worked. So we started making me dampers, and I started doing in the fireplaces. I started working for different people in Santa Fe, especially. There was a lady that has cachinas. And she said, I have about a collection of 9 cachinas. So she said, I would like to have spaces in the fireplace to put it. And so I did the front, and then I did steps on the side that you see in some of the pictures. And so I made enough steps, and even an inch, where she could have her cachinas there. And then usually people ask, you know, just how would it look in this room? And sometimes I have to build a fireplace to fit the roof, and I have to tell them this. Or sometimes they don't have a space. They probably have all windows. So then I have to build an extra wall that's attractive enough so that I can build a fireplace away from the window, like I did at the Quality Inn. I left space for the curtains. And I made carpets I didn't with that. But in Santa Fe, I left enough space where they could have plants in the back of that area where the windows were. And I can build it in the very middle of the room. I've done those in Alaska, in the cabins they have there. The wilderness area. I've been there 8 times in Alaska. So